And welcome to the show.
Yo, we're back.
We're back after another week hiatus.
We're back with a vengeance.
For a minute, I was like, man, this is like turning into a bi-weekly podcast, which
bi-weekly
is cool.
Podcast?
You know, which is cool, but that also gives us a little bit of time to get topics to talk about.
You let the world marinate a little bit. You know what I mean?
Exactly. It's like how you cooking a steak. You know, you got to take time with it. You don't just rush that thing. If not, It's gonna come out bland.
Gotta get the remoulade right. Is that a word? I think
remoulade.
I think that's a fancy word.
Isn't it?
I probably didn't say it right.
Maybe. But this is episode 43 of the Not All Here podcast.
Yes.
Man, it's crazy. Every time the number goes up, I'm like, damn, man, we've been talking for like a long time.
Dang, bro.
I know. And then I was just thinking about this today. Happy October, everybody. We're in the 10th month. There's really only 3 months left in the year.
Oh.
And it's almost time for 2022, which that's like my Jordan year.
You turned 23?
No. I'm just talking about like my favorite number is 22. Until 2022, 22. Anyway, it don't matter.
Wait.
Anyway.
Next year is 2022.
Yeah, that's
how's that the Jordan year?
For me, because it's my favorite number. And so I'm making it as if like...
What, the Jordan year is supposed to be 23?
I know. Let's just forget it.
You don't make any sense, bro.
I'm cutting this out.
You're bad at math.
Well, no, I wonder, now that I say that, to stay on this real quick, do you think when 2023 comes around, people are going to be like, all right, it's the Jordan year? You think?
Somebody's going to say that.
They'll be like, bet, this is like where you're going to be the best or whatever. Do you remember the other number he wore when he was on the Bulls?
45.
Was it 45?
He wore it for a couple games.
Oh, that's right.
And random Jordan fact, he wore 12 for one game.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
For some reason, the equipment managers or something happened and his jersey got lost. For one game. It was a road trip. And they had a spare jersey with the number 12. And there's a rare basketball card. I own this card where I forget. Is it Sam? Oh, I forgot the guy's name. But anyway, it's not Jordan's card, but Jordan's on like guarding him like in the front of the card wearing the number 12.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Did you get that graded?
I didn't. They said it probably wasn't worth getting graded.
I think you don't mind if we talk about this, about the trading cards?
Yes, I love it and I'm really into it right now.
So it's very interesting because like there's a part of me that I never really collected sports cards, even though maybe like back in the day, I think I did buy like a few packs just because I think like back in the 90s or maybe it was early 2000s or something, but that was like a thing, Mm-hmm. And that was around the time when I was like being a little nerdy self where I was into like Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and a little bit of Magic or whatever. And I would collect cards because I'm like, wow, these are so cool, you know? And then I was like, oh, these cards are actually worth money. Yeah. And so like, that's kind of, what's kind of cool to me is like, I guess maybe it's nostalgic for me. So it's like making a comeback and people are like collecting these cards. And like, it's funny because randomly on TikTok, I'll see like people are into seeing people open up packs of cards.
I just recently started watching these videos. And so it's something I did as a kid. I collected basketball cards really in a great time around the time Kobe was a rookie. And I opened packs that actually had Kobe rookies and I still had those. Recently got them graded, got them back. And now I've started getting a few more Kobe rookies and just buying them and trying to get back into the hobby. And dude, I love it. And it's kind of, I read some interesting stats. I don't know if it's all the way correct, but I read it somewhere and I was just like, wow. Trading cards recently in the past 10 years, I think perform better than stocks.
Really? Wow. And
it's also kind of this cool thing. And I mean, it's super hard to do. Nobody would be able to pinpoint this all the way. Yeah. But if you buy a player kind of before that player breaks out, it can actually be like crazy, like money wise. And the example I saw, Pascal Siakam. I don't know if you know him.
Yeah.
He's a player with the Raptors. Basically, he was kind of an unknown guy, and then he kind of blew up. I saw this stat that said if you spent $1,200 on Pascal Siakam rookie cards in a year, those cards then turned into $100,000.
Wow, that's crazy.
Now, since then, they've dropped back down because he had this little boost, and then now they're kind of dropped back down. But I thought that was crazy.
That's crazy that can happen.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's so interesting. It's so cool. And so like, I love seeing it because like, I think there's some cards like people buy that actually it'll have the signature of the player or whatever, and then it comes with
Autograph.
like it's autographed, and then it comes with like some of them I've seen it's like a piece of their jersey.
Yep, I just recently bought one of those.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yo, it's crazy. You can actually get those for cheap. Now, it does depend on the player. Like a Kobe one, Jordan ones are like
Expensive.
thousands,
Yeah,
right?
expensive.
Kobe ones are like hundreds, 2000s.
Wow.
You can get a Kobe one for like a couple hundred, depending on, how rare it is or whatever.
Yeah.
But unknown players, you can get them for dirt cheap.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, you can just spend like $5 to 10, $20 on somebody that's not really a known player and get game worn fabric. They cut out pieces of the jersey and attach it to the card.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I wonder, do you have cards that are graded?
Yes, I got some of the ones that I had as a kid graded, got them back, got some really good grades.
Do you have anything that's like I know 10's the highest, right?
I got 110.
110?
And they say it's super rare because even the crazy thing is I didn't realize this before I got into it. But say you get a pack, right? And you open it. And you pull that card out, there's no guarantee it's a 10.
Exactly, yeah.
Just straight out of the pack. Centering is a big thing.
That's wild that's a thing.
Depending on how the card is actually centered when they cut it, the edges, the surface, the corners, it's all a big thing. So you could literally just pull that card out and, it's an 8 or it's a 7.5.
Yeah, no, that's crazy because I've actually seen that where people who collect like rare Pokemon cards, they'll be like, let me see, is it centered right? Is it cut right? And it's like crazy because that'll distinguish between the 9, 10, and so on and so forth. And so it's crazy, but it's cool that that's like a thing now again, and people are into it. And so, because I know people, I've seen people like on TikTok pull like they're like, this is a $250,000 card or whatever. It's rare cards, and then and sell them. So
another thing that's crazy that sucks.
What's that?
And I don't know, it may not be the same in all sports or, I don't know what the Pokemon prices are.
Yeah.
But prices have gone ridiculously stupid to where this isn't even for kids anymore. And it sucks because growing up as a kid, you could buy a pack of cards for $4, $8, $12 if it's like a super exclusive pack. Yeah. And you'd get to open it.
Yeah.
Now, these packs cost hundreds of dollars. You can only buy them as like a hobby box or like a retail box. And all of them go for either hundreds of dollars to thousands of dollars.
That's crazy.
And it's this company called Panini. I don't know if anybody's even interested in this shit. But there used to be all these different brands, right? Upper Deck, Topps, Flair, Fleer, all these different brands all had the license to the cards. But now only Panini got the license to basketball. So Panini's the only one that could make those. And now Topps is like this classic company. They used to make basketball cards. Has been making baseball cards for forever, right? Forever. They just recently lost their license.
Wow.
This company called Fanatics has now moved in and is basically going to make
millions.
Basketball, baseball, like all the major sports. And people are kind of wondering what's going to happen.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's just so interesting how something like that exists today. And that's like a thing. And that's crazy. So, I guess you just do it because you enjoy doing it.
I love it. Yeah. It's something that I did a lot as a kid, and now I've just kind of discovered it again, and it's just fun.
That's interesting.
I think I'm like a collector for some reason. You know what I mean?
No, I get it.
I have a hoarder's personality a little bit. I don't like to throw out things. I always think of, what could I use that for? Okay, put it in the corner, and I'll never use it again. But these collectibles, I don't know. It's just something about it. It's just like, it's just so cool to have. And
it makes sense. Yeah. I used to when that craze is still going on. But when it was first initially like, people are getting back into it, I was like, man, you know what? Maybe because I actually I more so didn't collect them for money. I just enjoyed the strategy game. For example, like if you had
what did you collect?
So I collected some Pokemon, but I never played. That's usually like a you actually play a game with that versus collecting the cards just to collect them, Right. And so I would just collect them to collect them. But then after that, I had Yu-Gi-Oh cards that I actually played the actual game with, and I kept them in sleeves and go to tournaments and stuff as a kid.
Do you still have them?
No, they're probably gone now. Oh, yeah. And then
maybe it'd be worth some money.
Maybe. I don't remember. I think I was just like, after a while, at that time, I kind of was like, this is for kids. I don't do that anymore.
Right.
But I did a little bit of Magic the Gathering a little bit, but I didn't have the rare cards in there because that game's old as hell. But it made me, when it came back like recently, I was like, man, I missed that game, playing that game against someone. It's almost like playing chess or something, because you're trying to win at something and strategize. And so I was like, I should get back into this. And I was like, I don't have enough time.
I got back into basketball cards. I do want to buy some more packs and boxes, but they're so expensive.
I bet.
And it's random. So, would you rather spend, hundreds of dollars and maybe not get anything, or spend that same hundreds of dollars and get a Kobe Bryant rookie?
Exactly. I see the logic.
Yeah.
It makes sense. That's how it is with Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon. And now more days, I mean, I guess maybe Target sometimes sells stuff. I don't know about if they sell basketball cards, but like, eventually even stores, they had to be like, you're only going to be able to buy one box, because
that's what they do with basketball cards.
Resellers would just be like, I'm going to buy a box, resell it for double or whatever, And so, because I remember back in the day, man, as a kid, we had like a shop that was specifically trading cards. So they had like see-through glass that had like these rare basketball cards that I didn't care anything about, baseball. And then you had your Pokemon, Magic, and all that. And I just loved going there. I'm like, yo, this is a crazy place. So
they have this thing called card breaks. Have you heard of this? And people say it's actually ruining the hobby.
What is that?
So basically, these boxes cost thousands of dollars, right? So what some guy will do, he'll buy a box for thousands of dollars, and then he'll sell slots, and it's called a break. So basically, say there's 10 cards in a pack, he'll sell 10 slots for $30.
Oh, I see what you're
saying. So it's like, okay, you get the first card, you get the second card, you get the third card, you get the fourth card.
Wow.
So all these people give him $30 for a shot at whatever's in those cards. He ends up making money.
Of course.
The people mostly get screwed because a lot of the cards are going to suck.
Yeah.
It's hard to get a good player. It's all random.
And they're just in a way gambling. They're just gambling at that chance to get that card, I've seen people on Twitch do that, where they don't necessarily sell slots, but like there's this guy I follow on Twitch. His name's Bruce Green. And like when he gets to a certain amount of subscribers, he'll be like, I'm going to give away a box. And what he does is, however many packs come in a box, he'll call out like whoever subscribed to him, their name, but like, okay, you get everything that's in this pack. And he'll just be like, I'll mail it to you. And he mails it to him in like sleeves or whatever. And it's just like that, experience. And so, but that's why I would have never thought to be like, all right, look, you want this pack? It's going to be $100.
Right.
That's wild. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But that's crazy. But it's dope that it's a thing again. But it sucks that kids can't really get into it.
I know, unless you're just rich.
I mean, but then again, maybe kids these days aren't really into it, because I think one thing that was crazy that I've seen recently, and it's been big, is Roblox.
Yeah.
That thing, like that, there's like an online community and stuff like that.
I don't really know what it is, but I know the name.
Man, it's like, I don't know how to describe it. I only know probably as much as you, but it's like, it seems like there's like cards for it that go into this open world game where people can get chill and hang out. And like, it's really wild what some of the shit you can do on there. Have you seen videos where people actually have like little guns and they shoot people and kill people?
I thought it was some kiddie game.
No, man, listen, there was a video I saw on TikTok that was like wild, where people were having this party in this virtual world, this house party. And somebody had beef with somebody and literally pulled up to the party with a gun, killed the person at the party, and then everybody ran out the house.
I feel stupid. I literally thought Roblox was like this road.
Oh my God. It was like,
what's that game?
Road?
You know where there's this road and then there's all these obstacles and it's like, oh, there's an oil tanker blocking the road. How do you move the oil tanker?
I don't even know what that game is.
Oh, okay. I thought that was Roblox.
No, Roblox is like this 3D, like the characters look real weird and like people can dress up their characters. Almost kind of Sims-ish, but not as like clean looking.
How much time do we have we been talking?
Oh, sorry. We've been talking about basically 15 minutes.
Okay.
Trading cards on Roblox.
Let's keep it in this direction. I wanted to talk to you about Twitch.
Okay. Yeah.
You want to be a Twitcher? Is that a
Twitcher? It sounds like I'm on drugs. You're a Twitcher?
Are you a Twitcher? Have you twitched?
Well, I've twitched like a few times, not a lot, but I do want to get back into it.
Did you enjoy it?
Man, it actually is. It's very interesting. I think I did have a good time, but it's like, that's a different world. It's kind of like, imagine this. Imagine you're doing something. For example, you draw, right? Yeah. So imagine you're drawing, but people are watching you draw, and then basically people just, sometimes will pay you or subscribe to because they like your content, and they're watching what you do. So you have people over your shoulder in a way, but they can't tell you what to do. And so you're kind of like an art exhibit in a way.
I was talking to my guy, I've been talking to Silence about Twitch lately, and he watches some guys on Twitch, and I was consuming some Twitch content last night. Twitch is a very, very strange place.
Yeah.
What's the strangest stuff you've seen on Twitch?
I think the strangest stuff I've seen on
because
Twitch,
I have some. This is the only reason I wanted to do this as a segment.
Things. I think the strangest thing I saw, it wasn't necessarily on Twitch. I don't know if it's still there, but somebody was in a bathtub. And they were just like talking to people. And I was like, this is weird. This is really weird.
Oh, I heard about this. So I don't know the details. Silence was telling me this. There are these hot tub streams, hot tub Twitches. But listen, it's terrible.
Okay.
These people were in there for like hours.
Oh my God.
Like 8 to 10 hours, but they didn't realize what that would do to their skin and their body.
Oh no.
So it actually fucked them up. To where I'm not even sure you can still do it anymore, or like,
maybe they banned it or something.
Yeah, they got, bruh.
Wow.
So I don't know the details on that one, but there's this girl on Twitch. I think her name is like Amarath or Amorith or something like that. Have you heard of her? So, bro, it's the weirdest Twitch streams, but she's insanely popular.
Okay.
She's a very attractive woman.
I'm about to say, is she attractive?
She's sexy.
Okay.
And it's all ASMR. But she has these ears. Have you seen these ear things?
Like these cosplay ears, like fox looking ears?
No,
or something?
it's like a microphone.
Oh.
So it looks like an ear, and there's a left one and a right one.
Oh, okay.
And she basically licks the ears.
Oh, Jesus.
But she does it for hours and hours and hours every single day. And it's I pulled it up yesterday. And when I put it up, I was like, oh my God, she's been streaming for 11 hours.
Doing that?
Licking ears 11 hours straight. And then, so I closed it. And then I'd be like, is she still on here? Bro, at the end of the night, she was on there for 14 hours.
Wow.
Licking ears. And it's this weird sensation. I guess it's like this fetish thing. And, some people get off on it.
People are into like ASMR and they,
But it's very strange. When you have on the headphones, right? It feels like she's licking in your ear right here and then right here.
That's weird.
And it's weird as hell. But I started looking up this chick, right? She's the #1 person in the world on OnlyFans.
Whoa. Well, okay. That now things are starting to add up. It's starting to make sense.
But she's blown up. She has like 5 million followers on Instagram.
Wow.
And all this
comes licking ears.
From licking ears on Twitch. How crazy is that, yo?
Man, every day and every way we stray further away from God. No, I mean, that's crazy. I understand there's like a whole section of like people who are into ASMR, excuse me, and they're into like, I've been noticing this, let me not say this new generation, because it could have been here. Our generation didn't know about it, and we were pre-internet before it came out. But people are into a lot of weird stuff, and that's always been a thing, right? It's just like, I've noticed. So like on TikTok, so actually, I frequent TikTok every now and then, and like, it's very interesting, the videos that people put up. I don't know if you ever pay attention, if you do get on there. And it's slowly starting to come to Instagram because you can like share stuff on there and do reels or whatever. But people are really into like these like imaginary scenes of like POV, like point of view.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah. And like people will be like, I saw something where it's like, you get called out from the class because you were making noise. And it's like this whole scene, and it's very weird. And I'm like, I wonder who is this for? It's obviously that.
For you, they keep showing it to you. I've never seen it.
No, I've seen it like once. And I was just like, I wonder if, man, it's just like, I wonder like, it's gotta be popular if like, it's actually a thing. Same thing with ASMR. You would think like, oh, only a certain section of people, but maybe it'll be like 10 million people that are into that.
Have you seen the therapist gecko?
What the hell? No.
TikTok keeps showing me this guy.
Therapist gecko.
And he dresses as a gecko, and people call him.
Oh, yeah. No, I had on Reddit. I saw him on Reddit.
He's a TikToker.
Oh.
I mean, a Twitcher. I mean, he's probably all the things.
Probably everything.
He's everything. But I was watching him on Twitch last night.
Is he a real therapist?
I don't think so.
He's just a guy.
There's also a guy that sleeps on Twitch.
What the hell?
But you can pay money to try to wake him up.
Man.
This guy's making money in his sleep.
That's because he might be the guy. I think I saw a video somewhere where somebody was like, they played like a voice to text speech or whatever. And it was like, he had Alexa in his room and he was saying, blah, blah, order, 12 iPhone, whatever. And then he woke up and he's like, no, stop. Like trying to, I was just like, man, what a life to lead. Like, that's crazy. I mean, let me take that back. No knock to him, but man, that seems like a stressful life.
There's also a girl that dresses up as a vampire.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
And she plays karaoke, and she, or basically you pay her money for a song request. And if she knows it, she'll play the piano and sing it, and she's really talented.
Oh, that's dope. Okay, that took a turn. I didn't know it was going to, I thought it was going to be like.
She's really good.
Is she?
I was like, wow.
Does she know any 3 6 Mafia? No.
I mean, she was singing like classic stuff. People were requesting like, why can't I think of his name? Those old school 50s dudes.
Oh, okay.
Like
those groups.
Fly me to the moon.
Frank Sinatra.
Yes. I was like, wow, this is amazing.
That's crazy. That's like a whole subsection. I mean, at the same time, I'm not surprised because, I mean, at the end of the day, you got to think about it, though. Like, I wonder for every person that you see successful, how many people are not successful? I wonder how many
people are just dressed up as a robot on Twitch right now. And there's one person watching them.
Yeah, that's, oh, man, I'll talk about crazy.
I want to try it. I want to figure out something stupid and weird and see if I can make money doing it.
Yeah, I mean, hey, to be honest, the sky's the limit. Space, really, but it is what it is.
What should we try, man?
We should try, I got it. No, never mind.
Do the podcast live on Twitch?
I actually did think about that before. Yeah. Probably be like 5 people, but... They could ask us questions. No, I got it. We do the podcast live from the zoo in a cage with an animal. Red pandas or something.
I'm down.
That'd be dope.
You set it up. I'm showing up.
Oh, I got to work that out. Of course, we can't be like in a cage with gorillas or elephants. Maybe a giraffe. That'd be dope. But then maybe they would step on us. But I don't know. I love giraffes. But anyway,
swing their necks,
swing and knock off the mics. Like, get the fuck out of here. But no, hold on. Let me pause this real quick, and we'll be right back. Hey, we're back.
We're back.
I wanted to add one thing to this thing. You were talking about ASMR. People are really into mukbang. You know that?
Is that the eating of the? I hate that.
I hate it so much.
I love Instagram food videos. I can't get enough of them. Watching people cook steak and cook chicken, but I don't like when
people eat them.
The ladies they'll break open
big old crab and lobster.
Oh man!
Hey, some people are into it, man. Don't knock to everybody who's into it. Hey, if that's your thing, that's your thing. But
I wonder if that's on Twitch.
Probably.
I just eating food constantly.
People are into there's one thing I think people are really into very attractive people eating food. Like, have you ever seen, sometimes there'll be, I'm not saying this is the thing. I'm just saying this is what I've seen.
Okay.
But I've seen a lot of Asian women do that where they'll be eating these Asian dishes and trying them or whatever. And then people are like, oh my God, this is amazing. And they love it for some reason. I don't get it. It doesn't make no sense.
Yeah.
But I wanted to talk to you. Have you seen, because I know me and my girlfriend P, we just finished watching. Have you seen Squid Games?
Yes.
You have?
Yes.
The whole thing?
Yeah, I thought it was awesome. Have you seen it?
Man, yeah, we finished it the other day. Amazing.
They said it's on track to maybe be Netflix's biggest show.
I think so. I think it's big in over 39 different countries. And it's number 1. And so, man, to be honest, I'm not going to spoil anything. It's just crazy because I remember when I first started to see little things about it, I was like, man, this thing looks pretty. Like the way it's shot and it just, whoever shot it and the director of photography did an amazing job and just the set design and all that. I'm like, man, all of this is dope as hell. And so it was really dope. And then it almost feels like it kind of caught on it just in a big wave. Cause I saw advertisements first, right? Next thing you know, I slowly started to see people talk about it, just tweeting. Next thing you know, people are starting doing videos about it. And then now everybody loves it.
The first I saw it was when it was number 1 on Netflix. I didn't even see any advertisements for it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But I thought it was awesome, man. It's a really good show.
Who's your favorite character? I feel like you'd like the old man.
I liked him at first. I did like him at first. I liked his enthusiasm.
Yeah.
Where everybody else was just, oh no, oh my God. He was just like.
He's like, I'm here.
He was smiling. He was so excited. I want to spoil it so bad because I want to talk about,
Well, okay, let's do this. All right. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. We're just stop listening right now for like 3 minutes and skip forward.
Give us 5 minutes, just in case.
Just in case. 5 minutes. Just be safe. And spoiler talk.
Fast forward right now. Okay. What did you think of the last episode?
I'm so glad you asked. It actually caught me off guard for the direction it went at first because I was like, it's the last game, and you think I forgot the guy's name, not Sung Woo, not that guy, but the old guy the gambler guy. He had a daughter, the main character.
Yeah.
Okay.
The main character.
So that game wasn't as epic as I thought it was going to be. It was just like, it's one-on-one and they're just fighting and stuff like that. And it was interesting because I was like, I thought it was going to end at the game and be like, all right, he won, and then moved on. But then I kind of thought it was like interesting that they were like, well, now we're going to tell you where this comes from, kind of.
I didn't like the old guy being the reveal and
I had him the whole time. I was like, something's up with this guy.
You knew.
Because I was thinking, I was like, well, why is he the only old guy here? Like, why isn't there anybody else old? And like the way that he was just very enthusiastic and everything, I was like, sure, this guy has Alzheimer's or whatever. He has a tumor in his head. But to be the way that he was acting and stuff, I was just like, I knew something was up, especially too in, I think, the episode before that when they were playing that marble game. And he was like, so this is what you do to your friend? You lie to him when you caught him? I was like, this motherfucker's a liar. I was like, and
Dude,
and
that episode.
That was a rough one.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
When you found out that only one of those people was going to.
Hold on. To me, the roughest thing was when they were getting into teams. And, there was that team that was husband and wife. And I was like, oh, my God. As soon as they announced, like, now one of y'all is going to lose. And I was like, how do you do that?
The guy was the guy from Pakistan or India?
He was from Pakistan.
Man.
That guy. So I saw something actually on TikTok that talked about everybody who died of the main characters of the main cast. They actually got foreshadowed for the way that they were going to die.
Really?
Yeah. So if you pay attention, for example, the guy from Pakistan. So whenever, he went back to his family and he had that job and he was trying to get paid before they went back to the game, he stole money from him. And so the way that he ended up dying was the dude took his marbles and stole from him.
Wow.
And then there was the thing with, who was the other person? I can't remember. The girl that everybody loves, the
Sungbuk.
Is that her name?
Something like that.
The way that she died, what was it? She died by with the
glass.
With the glass, she
got cut by the glass first.
She got cut by the glass first, and then the dude ended up slicing her throat.
Yeah.
So when she went back to that orphanage where her little brother was, that guy, she was like, "You need to have my money," or such and such, whatever. She had the knife up to his throat.
Oh, she said, "I'll cut your throat."
Yeah, and she ended up dying by that.
Wow.
And then the old man ended up dying. There was something about the old man where I can't remember exactly, but he ended up dying kind of in a similar fashion where he was talking. He went to the main character's old neighborhood, and then he ended up dying going through an old neighborhood that was his, that he remembered. Supposedly, until you find out later he didn't die, but everybody they were being foreshadowed for the way that they were going to die, and it wasn't until I saw like somebody explaining it, I was like, whoa, this shit's crazy.
Wow.
But the one person that I hated the most, and she's really good at her role, was that lady.
The obnoxious lady?
Yes. Hated that lady. I was like, she need to die right now. But of course, she was really good at playing her role.
Yes.
And like, she was just like obnoxious. But I'm glad. I didn't expect her to go out the way that she did, where she just took the gang leader. I
like that. She went out with a bang.
I just remember that guy. He died the same way that was foreshadowed. He jumped off that bridge. Remember, back in the real world, to get away from the other gang members, and she took him down.
Wow.
Off the bridge. So
you know what I thought was going to happen? I thought the ending of the show, right? I thought dude was gonna win. And then next scene would be like, okay, here's your pink robe, like the guards.
Oh yeah.
I thought they were just gonna be like, okay, that's your reward.
Yeah.
You become one of these guys, and then you found out all those guys had previously won.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought that was gonna happen
because it kind of felt like it was going that way. You know, same thing with I thought with the guy who's the front man. You know, that was the cop's brother.
Yeah,
and so I was like, oh shit, they just take the winners.
That's what I thought. Yeah,
and put them back in the game.
Yeah,
but it didn't happen that way. It was funny. A tweet I saw that made me laugh was like, they're like, man, one thing about the show, that main character, he does not care about his daughter. Like.
I think he cares. He's just irresponsible and kind of a lovable loser.
But so now I wanted to ask you, since you've seen it and I've seen it and I've been thinking about it and I talked to Pete about this. Do you think they're going to make a season 2?
I think they have to.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's the #1 show ever on Netflix, you have to think of something and figure out how to make it. This
is what I think is going to happen. I have a theory. This is my theory. So, you know, the way that they ended kind of left it open-ended to be like, just in case people really like this, we'll continue. And I mean, the numbers are proving that they'll probably will. So I think what's going to happen is they're going to hold another set of games, right? And then now the main character, I keep forgetting his name, he's going to infiltrate kind of like the cop did and try to figure everything and take everybody down. And then he'll be like somewhat of a main character, but then you're going to have somebody else, some other group of people that you follow. And now I think what they're going to do, because these games were crazy, they're about to up them up even more. Maybe not to Saw level type of games, but still kind of entertaining. Now, I want to ask you too, do you think you could last in there?
I hope so. If not, I'd die. Everyone's crazy for going back.
Yes.
Okay.
I
understand going because you don't know what it is. You might make money, you know, you go. But to see it and then go back to it, oh man.
That, like, it's very interesting because when I was watching all that it kind of gives you a perspective a little bit on how desperate people get when they're like at the bottom of like how far they're willing to go to get money or whatever it is. Because they were all like, well, shit, it's what's worse out here or over there, you know? And so it was a very interesting perspective.
Yeah.
One thing I didn't see coming was the main character getting that red hair. I did not see that. I was like, what is this for?
Yeah.
I didn't understand, but you know, he made good on his promises, you know, helped out that lady's little brother, and then gave that woman, the mom of the dude that killed himself, like money to start up their own store.
Yeah.
Damn, bro, I just wish, you know, he could have at least visited his daughter and then come back.
He was going to, bro. He's going to get there eventually.
It'll have to be in the next season.
When she's 18.
Yeah. He's gone for so many years.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. I thought it was funny too. One last thing about it. Cause I was like, this has to be rich people behind all this. Like, it just seems like they're on an island. It's rich people. The rich billionaires were all American. At least it seems like it.
Yeah.
I was like, they're taking shots at us.
Yeah.
But I get it.
Yeah.
It makes sense. But very good show.
Dope show.
Yeah. I'll try to put like a little spoiler thing right here to let you know when the spoilers are done. So that way people watching can be like, oh, okay.
Spoilers are done. Another super dope Korean show that's on Netflix. Have you seen Kingdom?
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about.
You seen that?
Yeah. I didn't watch season 2. I need to.
Okay. Kingdom's dope.
I think we actually started watching it when we were.
Oh, you watched it with us at the house? Okay.
And that actually was really dope because of the twist of like you wouldn't like. It almost seems like this is the first of its kind to think of to put. It's not really a thing. Or wait,
it's not a spoiler.
Okay, I was gonna say zombies back in the like.
I mean,
what back in the age of like way back in the day,
like Chinese dynasties.
Yeah, Chinese dynasty type of age.
It's such a dope show. I feel like when I tell people this, no one wants to watch the show, but it's like if you combined Game of Thrones, The Walking Dead, and ninjas.
Yeah.
Like a ninja movie.
Yeah.
Combine those 3 things together, and that's Kingdom.
That's Kingdom. And it's a really good show. Because I remember when we first watched the first season, and then the first season ended on a cliffhanger, you're like, what the fuck? You know? That's also a good show. I was gonna watch. There's some like somebody was recommending like movies because now I think you're about to see more of a resurgence over here in America of like, you know, Korean films and just different things. And there's a movie that I want to watch called Taxi Driver.
I haven't heard of that.
It's a Korean movie. It's starring the dad from Parasite. If you remember that movie.
I never saw Parasite.
What?
I didn't see it.
Oh my God.
It's
Parasite.
not on Netflix, is it?
I don't think so. I think it's on HBO or something.
Oh.
I don't know.
Seinfeld just hit Netflix.
Oh, did it?
Yep.
Wow. You been having that going?
I watched the first 2 episodes.
And do you remember it?
The first 2 episodes weren't as good. You could tell they were still trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
And Jerry had a different dad. His dad was a different actor.
Oh, really?
I was like, yo, that's not Jerry's dad. The hell is this guy?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But I remember seeing that show. I remember that was like the show that I think at first, because it came out when I was younger, I didn't understand what the show was about, which it's about nothing. And like, I was just like, what the fuck's going on? But it has memorable moments.
I love Seinfeld.
Super, super funny.
My favorite episode of all time. Have you seen the one where it's like, la, la, la?
I don't think so.
Hello.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you have seen that one.
Yeah.
I
Just
love that
because I
episode.
remember who's the guy that said it? Because I've seen like Jerry, that's right. Hello.
He's mocking a girl he was with at the time, her stomach for some reason.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. And then, yeah, so that's on there. I was trying to think. I think there was something else that I've been meaning to watch. I can't remember. But Seinfeld's on there. I kind of missed The Office. Office is pretty funny. Have you ever seen that?
I've seen a lot of it.
Man, the whole series is like
The Office,
dope.
It's weird. I enjoy it, but parts of it are too cringe for me. It just makes me feel uncomfortable for it to be that cringe. I'm just like,
Man.
oh.
I remember I actually didn't watch The Office until it was done. Like I knew about it, but I was like, why would I watch a show about people working at a paper factory?
Yeah.
That don't make sense. And then when you realize like there's actually a lot of great writing in it.
You've worked in the office.
Yes.
After you watch The Office and then you work in the office, you're like, oh, I kind of see some of these characters in real life. These people are kind of strange.
Yep.
Yeah.
I see it.
Yeah.
Really, if you work in like any 9 to 5, there's like people that you can like be like, yep, I know this person at this job. I know this person, so on and so forth. Very great show. Wanted to see Community, but I haven't seen Community yet. That's the one with Chris. No, that's
Parks and Recreation.
Parks and
You
Rec.
haven't seen that?
No, I haven't seen that.
That's dope.
Haven't seen that one.
It's like The Office if there were more. I don't know how to describe it. More outside scenes.
Oh, okay. So they left the building.
There's a building, but they also go outside.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I get that. But
It's a terrible description.
nah.
But
let me stop this real quick and we'll be right back. And we're back.
So have you heard, I know we talk about COVID a lot, right?
Yep.
Don't really want to talk about COVID, but have you heard what's going on with the NBA and the COVID restrictions?
I think somewhat, but I don't know exactly.
So San Francisco and New York City have more strict requirements than the rest of the country.
Mm-hmm.
And what this means is that the NBA is not requiring their players to get vaccinated. It's a personal choice. You don't have to get vaccinated if you don't want to get vaccinated.
Okay.
But there are some athletes that don't want to get vaccinated. But if you play in the New York area or the San Francisco area, you're going to get screwed.
Whoa.
Because they're not allowing people inside venues that aren't vaccinated.
Whoa.
So these players have some really big decisions to make. Kyrie Irving being one of them.
Oh, yeah, because he doesn't believe in that, I think.
So what's going to happen is, and the NBA has said, you're not getting paid if you're not playing.
Oh.
So it's a really big personal choice.
Yeah.
Because, okay, when you play in the NBA, half of your games are at home, half of your games are on the road.
Yeah, exactly.
But also, what does this do to the team? Because you're basically, if you choose not to get vaccinated and you're Kyrie Irving, you're not going to play
half of those games,
half of the games.
Jesus.
You're also going to, Kyrie makes like 20, I'm not sure exactly how much he makes. It's either somewhere from 20 to $40 million a year.
Oof.
So cut that in half.
Okay.
So he's the guy for Brooklyn. Also, Andrew Wiggins, who plays for the Warriors.
Wow.
He's also very anti-vax, and he tried to get a religious exemption, and the NBA said no. So now it's a choice. Well, what happens. What do the teams do with these guys?
Exactly. Have they? Oh, are you asking? Like, what should they do? Or
yeah.
Wow, that's so interesting because, oh boy, so this is a very touchy topic.
It is. Yeah.
I mean, I'm vaccinated and I've been, vaccinated for a while, and so like, I'm all for it just because I believe in science and stuff, and I understand at the same time that people, be like, well, I don't want to do it. I get it. But it's kind of tough when law comes into it as far as like the cities and stuff. Cause I get it. Cause like, I don't even know what to fucking say really. It's just, it's very tough. It's very tough because I almost feel like, well, if they're not letting any, my question then becomes, I guess, is, so if they're not letting any people who are unvaccinated as far as like fans and spectators into the venue, if they're trying to make it a choice, and I know that this like New York and San Francisco have their rules, wouldn't an option to try to make it better would be, why not just give the players who are not vaccinated like rapid tests to make sure, so that, because then at least people who are vaccinated.
Well, I think that's what the rest of the league is doing.
Okay.
But New York and San Francisco are
just because of how their laws are set up.
More strict.
Damn, man, that's tough.
Yeah.
But then, it's kind of crazy because so then let's just say this plays out, right? And so let's say Kyrie's still like, I'm not going to get vaccinated, which if that's his right to choose that. But then it's like, let's say Brooklyn makes it to the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And then now you have to think about, well, he can't play in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
So he has to play at wherever, he can play. And then it's going to affect them winning a championship or not.
Yep.
I don't know, man. That's like really wild because I guess so this is the thing. So I guess the NBA can only do so much until the government comes into play. They're like, well, our hands are tied behind our back. We can't do anything. We can't break the laws because we'll get fined. And, they're not about losing money. So maybe this might be a thing where maybe this season you actually see like some players like, well, we can't play at home, New York being New York or San Francisco or wherever, and they can only play on the road, It's
going to be interesting, man. Kyrie's also said that he doesn't want to be traded, and if he gets traded, he'll retire. So basically, he has just locked the Nets up, and I don't know, man. He's put them in an awkward spot. It'll be interesting to see what happens. I cannot wait for the season to start.
That's interesting. Why? I wonder why he would say he didn't want to be traded, or if he got traded, he'd retire. To me, that doesn't make sense because, like, I guess maybe he likes the team at Brooklyn, or he wants to play with KD because he feels in James Harden. Yeah. He feels like he has a chance there. So he'd be like, well, anywhere else, it's just not going to make sense.
Wants to control his own destiny.
I get that. But at the end of the day, hey, well, you better, if they let him like only play away games or whatever, better put up some numbers, bro. Some Superman-like numbers.
I mean, are you willing to give up 10 to 20 million though? I mean, whew.
I mean, how many years has he been in the league? He's been like in the year for some years now.
Maybe 8 to 10. I'm not sure.
Well, I hope that he's kept some of that money, because and all the endorsements from the shoes and stuff that he's come out with. I feel like he'd be okay. Maybe, sure, I get it. In the grand scheme of things, he'll lose half of that, but at the end of the day, I mean, he can make that back. That's it. At least that's. I mean, I'm from the outside looking in.
Right.
He's like, damn, Texas is gonna kick my ass.
Yeah, man.
Well,
so how we doing on time? What are we looking like?
We're at 44.
44. Did you have anything to talk about? Anything else?
Yeah. Did I have? I thought I had something. Oh, I don't know if you know too much about this. Do you hear about this whole thing? Like, the government needs to come up with raising the debt ceiling. If not, the whole world is going to collapse.
I don't really know anything about it, but
they have until like October. Why is this like a thing recently? Have you ever noticed, like, we've been through a few things where like I'll see headlines and stuff, and it's like, if the government, the House of Representatives doesn't agree on something, the U.S. is going to collapse. Like,
it's only used as a
scare tactic.
Yes, and like a bargaining chip or like a bargaining tool.
Oh, gotcha.
Because if you don't give me my way, we're just going to shut it down. It's kind of like Kyrie, like, oh, if you trade me, I'm going to retire. So I'm basically forcing you, like, hey, screw the negotiating, or it's got to be this way, or we're done. And honestly, I don't know a whole lot about it, but I saw some tweets about this, and I liked the tweets just so I could come back to them. And I just thought it's interesting. Someone said there's a lot of drama over an infrastructure bill that spends an extra $55 billion a year over 10 years.
Jesus.
But they raised the military budget by more than half of that a few weeks ago without batting an eye.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's the military. It's the U.S.
I mean, you can't drop some money on fixing the roads and the infrastructure.
One thing I've learned about this place is that people, they always want to fund the military. They want to. So
another one, and this is a quote from AOC. I know a lot of people, don't like her. Everybody on the right doesn't like her.
America's on talent. No.
But she said, no one asked how we're going to pay for the Space Force. No one asked how we're going to pay for a $2 trillion tax cut. We only ask how to pay for it on issues of housing, healthcare, and education. Damn.
Maybe it's a thing of rich people don't want to see poor people come up.
Squid Games Part 2. Squid Games American.
What a twist.
American edition.
I'm not gonna lie. I was like, I wonder if America's gonna make their own edition of Squid Games. But see, I kind of feel like if they do that, I don't think they're gonna do it right.
Yeah,
and they're
gonna be Saw.
It's just gonna be Saw. And I'm like, y'all gonna take it too far. That's not what it's about.
Or the Hunger Games.
Exactly. Man. But hey, it is what it is. But let me stop this and we're gonna come right back. And we're back. For the last segment, it's that time, ladies and gentlemen.
We got a not out here moment.
Not out here moment.
This is courtesy of Twitter. Somebody on Twitter. It's kind of similar to news segments. I used to do the funny news segments.
Yep.
So this one, a Turkish man had a little too much fun getting drunk and wandered into the forest. Later, unknowingly, the man joined a search party to locate himself.
I'm done. I literally closed my eyes for those who are listening as soon as you said that, because for a second I had to think and then I was like, what the hell?
This story is awesome. His name is Beyhan Mutlu. A 50-year-old man was out with his friends drinking, and after he wandered off in the forest, his friend contacted authorities, who then set up a search for the man. Once the news got out, a lot of nearby neighborhoods were extremely concerned, and a large group of volunteers joined the search. During the search, people were yelling Mutlu's name for hours, and then suddenly a man within the crowd spoke up and said, "Wait, who are we looking for? I'm right here." So they were yelling.
What the hell? Wait, he was drunk?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was like, damn, he must have been like lit.
He was drunk in the forest. People went into the forest looking for him, but then he eventually joined those people, and they didn't realize
that he was in there,
that he was the man they were looking for. Then at some point it connected with him, and he was like,
wait a second,
whose name are you guys calling?
Mutlu. I'm like, that's me. I'm right here.
Yeah. So shout out to that guy, man. Beyhan Mutlu.
Where did that happen? Do you know? Turkish?
A Turkish man, Turkey? So I assume it was in Turkey.
In Turkey.
It doesn't exactly say.
That's wild, but I'm not surprised because I'm pretty sure that's not the first time that that's happened. That's hilarious. And then he was like, I guess I'm going to help. And he's like, to join the party after him he's drunk and he's like, I'm going to help. And then he's just like, he's like, wait, that sounds like my name.
Wait,
is that me?
Who are we looking for?
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
oh my God. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's episode 43 of the Not All Here podcast. I'm pointing at the camera right now for those listening. And feels good to be back. It's very interesting. Like I said, we're in October, so happy spooky season. I was thinking about watching some scary movies.
Can I tell you what I don't like about October?
What's that? Oh boy.
People post. Now all you get is dancing horror movie characters. Why do I need to see Jason dancing every year?
Or Michael Myers.
I mean, come on, man.
Freddy. It's almost as if they don't want them to be scary anymore.
Have I already complained about this on a previous podcast?
I don't think so.
No, okay.
I haven't heard it. You just don't like to see them dance?
Come on, bro.
You want to see them killing people?
Every year we got to see Chucky dance? That's
hilarious. One thing that I am going to post.
It only bothers me. I guess it only bothers me.
No, I mean, I don't mind it, but at the same time, I'm like, okay. After a while, it's like, well, try something new, My thing, I will post this November 1st.
What?
Is that meme of Obama wiping the sweat from his thing, and it says, when October's over, and you're happy because it was getting a little too spooky, and he's going, whew. I had to show you the meme.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
That's like one of my favorite memes where he's just like, oof. Like, it's like he's like, whew, that was close. And it just says, you're glad October's over because it was getting a little too spooky.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I had to show it to you after the show. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we hope that you guys have a spooky Halloween safe.
People that enjoy Halloween too much, I'm judging you. I apologize.
I'm about to say, Sydney likes.
Oh, Sydney, I'm secretly judging you. I'm sorry.
Shout out to Sydney.
I mean, you could like it, but if you're too into it, I don't.
You're about to get some messages from her. She's about to tear you down.
I'm sorry.
No, but anyway, thanks for listening to the podcast. Wherever you're listening, whether it be Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or Google Podcasts, or whatever, make sure you follow us, rate, and review. Follow the podcast on Instagram at Not All Here Podcast. Also follow Cool Ass People. Follow It's EZL, and also follow
JRB, the producer, on whatever platform you enjoy. Plus, follow your dreams
and follow your spooky heart. And we'll catch y'all on the next one. You.